This is the brand new Lattafa Khamrah Waha. This is a new 2026 release. Today I'm going to review it for you and tell you if it's better than any of their previous flankers, what this is, who it's for, and if it's going to be right for you. I think that the presentation is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, in the entire line. But the box is basically like a sky blue mixed with kind of like a ocean color. You get silver and different colors of blue and white, like clouds and reflective water textures. You flip it to the back, you get some ingredients, information, stuff like that. You get Lattafa logo on the top. And then when you open it up, there's a mirror so you can look at yourself and see your possible blind buy mistake in your eyes. Like, oh, hey, you're the guy that just bought this fragrance, and even though your wallet can't handle it. But that is where the fragrance will be sitting here. Truthfully speaking, compare this presentation to even Parfums de Marly, Creed, stuff like that.
Know your place, trash.
Presentation, fantastic. And also the bottle. Actually, we don't need this box anymore, so. If you look at the actual bottle, I think that the bottle in itself is easily the strongest of the entire lineup. Before, I thought that the best bottle was Duhan because it had that kind of red and orange gradient. So you get kind of what looks like an ice cube with some blue Kool-Aid inside. The frosted glass just adds such a nice touch, makes it look like it's going to be some very refreshing summertime scent. Lattafa Khamrah Waha was produced in 2026. It is the newest flanker of the Lattafa Khamrah line. If you didn't know what Waha means, I believe oasis in Arabic. This is actually, I believe, the only one of the entire line that had an actual perfumer behind it. His name is Jordi Fernandez. You guys may have heard of this guy before. One of the best perfumers in our generation, right? Yeah, this is kind of their attempt at their own original creation. Some of these you could say were inspirations on the Angels Share DNA, which I guess I kind of see, not really, like they are definitely their own things. Now, before I get into the scent profile, what changed with Waha, let me explain to you what the base DNA of Lattafa Khamrah is. You get things like praline, cinnamon, dates, nutmeg, there's vanilla. It's very tonka forward. So it's a very kind of syrupy, sweet, gourmand fragrance. Then you have this one, which added coffee. Then you have this one, which adds like incense smoke, some peppery notes, very warm, spicy, right? With that being said, let's go over the listed notes so I can kind of describe what you're getting with the new Lattafa Khamrah Waha. Top notes are bergamot, yuzu, juniper, and ginger, with middle notes of cucumber, sea salt, sage, and iris, with base notes of vanilla, tonka, akigalawood, and ambrofix. What do you smell? Well, I will tell you that significantly this fragrance changes from top to bottom, which I think is actually, in my opinion, part of its downfall as a fragrance, because it almost seems to me like the tale of a bipolar fragrance. Like it has like different attitudes, different moods, different feels, right? So when you first spray this on, you definitely get a blast of this citrus, almost aquatic-like nature. The aquatic-like nature isn't actually aquatic. It's, from what I hear, is natural cucumber extract or something like that. That's what the atomizer looks like if you didn't know, which is actually good. Like it really atomizes. The immediate blast for me is watery citrus, a little hint of this like kind of energizing ginger, and ambrofix, which is basically Isoe Super mixed with this ambroxan picture as a fixative to kind of give it better performance. I don't really necessarily say I get pretty much anything else in the opening. This is the best part of the fragrance. Even after about 30 seconds, you start to get this tonka bean vanilla smell, like almost powdery tonka, creamy, sweet vanillic smell. After that first minute, the best part about this fragrance, in my opinion, I actually really, really like that part. That's when it starts to worry me, because it takes the freshness aspect away. It starts very fresh, citrusy, watery, and then kind of starts to have like this vanilla kind of just shining like a fist through its rectum. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Right after that first minute, it just becomes powderier, and that tonka bean and vanilla starts to show its head even more. And the freshness after about 10 to 20 minutes range, gone. What the heck? Like, you definitely do get, I would say, half of what the Khamrah DNA is, that praline, vanilla, tonka, but you don't get any warm spice, you don't get any of that. You get like basically 30% or less of what the Khamrah DNA that I explained previously is throughout the entire duration. So it almost seems like when you get to the dry down after about 15 to 20 minutes, it just starts to smell kind of like a watered down, muted 30% inspiration of the other Khamrahs. It's kind of strange. Like I said, like I genuinely genuinely like the opening a lot. Like, I would give it a very good rating if it smelled like that through the entire duration, but it just does not. I personally wouldn't wear this in the dead heat of summer, except in the opening. You guys can do whatever you want. I know that a lot of, like, let's say Le Beau or any sort of summer fragrance that is made from most generic designer houses features vanilla and or coconut and or tonka, and that's totally fine. But they also are combined with fruity elements or citrusy elements and don't just stay at just the sweet elements. That's what I'm trying to say. So it starts as a summertime fragrance and works its way up to being like, it would be okay in summer nights, but we're talking like almost better in like spring, fall, winter even. This is kind of a scent profile I could see more youthful crowds wanting, people wanting compliments would kind of go for this, except I do think that there's better picks. I'm not a big fan of Khamrah even more, especially since these two came out and are friggin' fantastic. I thought that it was a clear progression in scent profile, getting better and better. This, I would say, is still a little less than Khamrah because this at least has character. Like, it smells like Khamrah. It may be too sweet for you, it may be not. But there's a reason this sold really well and really still sells very well, is because it has character. It just smells very sweet, very attractive, very attention grabbing. Men and women can both wear it. It's very unisex. It smells like it has character in the beginning, but slowly becomes kind of generic, or even it's missing something. You know what I mean? So like when it gets to that dry down, even after 15 to 20 minutes, it just smells like it's missing something. It kind of sucks because I genuinely love this line. I'm a fan of Dukhan and Kawa. I love them both. This is like your date night. This is like your special occasion. It's friggin' fantastic. But this truly disappointed me. Like I said, the progression in scent profile. It still smells great. I don't want you to think it doesn't smell good, but it's just less charismatic. If you wanted to buy this fragrance, it is on discounters. It's like $58 Canadian. It will probably come down in price. So the performance to this, not beastly. It actually, in my opinion, is less projecting than every single flanker that you're looking at right here. Total longevity, I got 8 to 10 hours. Easy. And this is eau de parfum concentration. Performance is good, but projection, not so much. Like it projects pretty good for like the first 20, 30 minutes or so, but after that, it starts to slowly come down and just be like a solid projector for about 4 hours. But between 4 to 6 hours, when it tapers into a skin scent, it lasts that way on my skin at least for 8 to 10 hours. Definitely less projecting, definitely less performance than the rest of the flankers here. If I was to do this, and I'm not a perfumer by any means.
What?
I'm just kidding, But I would have liked to see those citrus components, or at least a fruitiness, come out in the dry down to stick with the Waha name throughout the duration of this fragrance. I think this is a good smelling fragrance. It's not amazing, and unfortunately in the dry down, it just becomes generic or something that I wish was more and feels a little bit incomplete. So in my opinion, it's still solid. I don't think I can give it more than a 6.5 out of 10 for Lattafa Khamrah Waha. I do like that they tried to do something new, but I just feel like it could have been more. And it should have been more, especially with the hype that this line has and the previous releases being much stronger, more charismatic stuff. So if you want to see me review this line, I've reviewed every single one from this line. So why don't we check out this one right here if you want a more charismatic, better fragrance, in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you over there.